What's up, TJ? Turn that a little bit, maybe you can see a little better. Because I'll tell you what, I think I've had about enough wet sand in here. At least by hand. I'm just glad we use glasses, because I'll tell you what, this stuff cuts like butter. This is 2000 grit right here. The hood and the deck was sprayed almost 2 months ago, I believe. Yeah, I go live a couple times a day. And I'll tell you what, normally when you spray clear, 2 months down the road you go to sand it, it's hard. This stuff cuts just like I just sprayed it. Yeah, the hood, the deck lid, and all the black. I just went straight to 2000 because there was no issues with it. Couple little dust nibs and stuff like that. Hi, Pablo. I figured I'd bring you guys in here on the last panel that I got a hand sand. Everything else is hand sanded. I was hoping to be on that collision job right now, but this has to be done. That collision job, that's his second vehicles, or third or fourth, something like that. It's not a dire need right now. I think I have 13,000 something views on that live this morning. That was pretty decent. How's the weather down there, TJ? I walked out, go home for lunch, couldn't believe it. It's actually warm out there. A bonnet? Well, it is a hood. Yes, yes it is. This is a 63 Biscayne hood with the 66 Impala center section. So you got the extra rib in the center and the scoops. Yes. Oh, buddy, I know. My arms are like jello right now. Yeah, there was a lot of custom on this car. This hood alone. Awesome, I appreciate that. I think I've got about 80 hours just in the fab on this hood. So where are you at? Welcome back, Chevy. Yeah, a lot of people don't. Welcome back, Southern. And this was experimental. I actually suggested doing the center rib and everything. Hey, KG, he was just wanting the side scoops, and I'm like, well, the center of the hood looks naked. It looks empty. I said, let's take the scoops, cut around the outside, and then down to the point and keep that rib in there and add a third rib. And he liked it. So I cut it out and laid it up there, and he said, yeah, let's do it. That looks good. Yeah, I just got back from lunch, in fact. I usually take lunch anywhere from 1 to 3. And then I'm back in here, usually up until about my premiere starts. Now, after this show in another week, that's going to back off a little bit because I have got to get some stuff done at home. I've got to figure out why my pond's leaking. Hey, Hugh. Got to figure out why my pond's leaking. I got to finish the landscaping. I got to finish all the dirt work, all that stuff, and trying to get all this stuff ready for the show. It's hard to get everything done when you're always at the shop. But I'll tell you one thing or three. I really like doing these lives during the day. Couple reasons. One, it keeps me motivated. Two, it keeps me motivated. Three, I get to talk to you guys. Otherwise, I have to talk to myself, and if somebody walks in and sees me talking to myself, they think I'm weird. It's okay if they think I'm weird, but they gotta know me first. So I guess Adam's making another trip down here tomorrow. He ended up leaving 2 things here. Exactly, Hugh. Because I'll tell you, it does get monotonous. When you're doing it all by yourself, with nobody to talk to, it gets monotonous. And we all know where the employee thing goes. Glass are clear. Straight to 2,000, guys, right there. No, I wouldn't quite like that on the verticals. Yeah, I seen he was in some, and I commented several times, never got one response from anybody in there, so I left. I have to stay away from places like that, especially right now. You need money to go to places like that. Right? Hear your heartbeat sometimes ain't a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing that you can hear it, but yeah, you know what I mean. I've seen that. That's a little bit much of an intake. Yes, I will. On a 3,000 brick. I've got, the only thing left on the car that I gotta do by hand is the rocker panels. And the whole car is ready for a BA. The Biscayne didn't. This is merged from a 66, no, it wasn't an Impala, 66 Chevelle, that's what it was. Hey, JG. Yeah, I took the center out of a 66 Chevelle, so he had the scoops, and then I put the center rib in this hood, so it kind of mimicked the outside too. I never liked the hoods on these because they just look like somebody just sat on it. It's flat, ugly. You gotta have design. So I merged the center right here up on both sides. This whole section was cut out and replaced with the 66. Awesome. Yeah, I'll bet I've got 80 hours in this hood, just in the fab work. And then after it was done, we realized there was supposed to be another rib here, so I had to come back and put one in there because the scoops have a step in them. So yep, right back to building the ribs. And it's not baby back ribs either. No, after it's buffed, it's done. But you can keep following it on Grease Spot Garage. It'll come back for certain things. We got a couple more pieces to do for the car that are real custom, and he'll be bringing it back to me probably after it's up and running. Awesome. Yeah, just look in the playlist. I think there's like 70 something videos on it, on this whole car. Well, this thing's been here since September. When was my car show? September, I think 21st. And he brought it down that day. He come down to the first show in June 15th of last year. because we was talking about just doing the roof repair, and when he come down, it wasn't 5 minutes. He said, "I'm just gonna have you do it." Awesome. Let's get her done. It was still on the rotisserie at that point. Yes, I was. If you guys go back in the playlist, the tail end of this car had been, it looked to me like they backed it into a block wall or something, because how the quarters point out, both of them were made with Bondo. The whole taillight area and the quarter was made with Bondo. So I was going back and forth from the hood to that section, keeping busy on it so I wouldn't get any warpage or any distortion. I really wish I had a TIG. That might have helped a little bit on it. You're exactly right. Now, like I was telling JG the other day about like the drip edges on that 67 or 68 he's doing. I did a 67 GMC, shaved all the drip edges on it, and that guy come in and I had the truck on the primer. He had me take a die grinder and take the primer off to prove there was no Bondo in it. Needless to say, I never finished that truck. He ended up taking it home. And I've seen the truck since. Whoever he had do it, I wouldn't have had him do it. But I'm not here to slam another shop. I won't do that. I'm just saying I wouldn't have done it. I think we can all grow on this. And the customer is always right. But there's a right and a wrong way of being right. If you're a total prick about it, yeah, I won't deal with it. I've had too many of them. And some of them I was too stupid and kept going on their vehicle. I should have just told them to take it thin. Exactly. Yeah, I take pictures of everything as well as video, but he wanted to see it firsthand, and that ticked me off. It looked good, now let me tell you. I should have told him that day to take it off, but it took something a little more than that to finally end that partnership. But we're not going to go into that. Even though that deal went sour, I still wish him the best. My squeegee's getting worn out, guys. It's starting to leave a few little streaks. Might have to take a heat gun and heat it up. Oh, he paid up, and I told him, he said he was coming up to bring me cash, and I told him, while you're at it, bring your trailer. That was another one that laid frame. He had some amazing ideas on it. I've got it on the phone, but it shouldn't be mirrored. Yeah, he had some amazing ideas on it. He had that thing set up. It was an LS, I can't remember which one, but it was where he could start it with his keychain from any state. He had it set up on his phone. He could turn his headlights on, the whole 9 yards, do everything right from the screen. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Everything has it, even new cars. And I had a lot of time welding, grinding, checking, and I can tell you for a fact the shop that finished the truck didn't do that. And I guarantee the shop that did do it charged him a lot more than I do. Oh, I see. You wouldn't grind it off? Yeah. You know, that's things that I guess you just learn with business. That was probably 7 or 8 years ago. And, you know, back then I was hurting for work. And I put up with a lot of stuff that I do not put up with now. It's not a table. It's on an Eastwood stand, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, live and learn, right? Everybody's got to learn sometime. Just like the guy with that Mach 1, that dude, he acted like he was extremely happy for like 4 or 5 years, and then all of a sudden I find out he's going around slamming me. Yeah, that got handled. And that was before YouTube, so all I had was pictures. I didn't have the video to back it up. That's one thing I have learned. No, it is a 63 Biscayne hood with a 66 Chevelle center section. I forget what I was saying. brain fart, I guess. Yes, sir, I'm in the hood. That would be awesome, KG. Come on down. You're always welcome, buddy. Now, September 13th, a bunch of us are going down to the tail of the dragon. We're going to do the tail, stop off different spots and hang out, have a good time. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. We're going to meet in Pigeon Forge. You're being stubborn, ain't you? I don't know why, but you're being stubborn. Hey, classic car guy, how you doing? Yes, sir. See, I grew up right down the road from there. I grew up on Todd Lane in Knoxville. We was over Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg every weekend. Before it was the tourist track that it is. And that's the reason I want to do the tail, because I can't stand the tourist trap stuff. Yeah, that looks better. Right in here. Yeah, every Friday and Saturday night, you can always find us over at Yogi's Campground camping in that truck. Had a topper on the back of it. That was my bed. Thank you, Classic. I appreciate it. Ew, dust speck right on that curve. I did not see that until I got to see it. had yet this year. Yes, it is. Anybody can paint a car, but it's what comes before and after that makes it. I'd rather do the before and after. I'm not much of a fan of the paint work. How many people we got in here? Hey JG, are you still in here? It does. A lot of the people wanted to see me use a DA on this whole car, but man, I'll tell you, I feel more comfortable when I'm doing it by hand, even though it's more labor. You can tell how it's sanding by how it feels on the material. A lot of times with the DA, you'll get a lot of them little pigtails, and once you get them, they're hard to get out. Now, once I hit 3,000 grit, which will be tomorrow, I'm going to use the DA. And I'll show you how I do it with the DA, because you don't want to use it like you're sanding Bondo. You don't want that thing spinning. You want it at a speed where the disc isn't going to be zinging in circles. If it's zinging in circles, you're grinding that slurry back into the clear. You want to have enough speed so it does spin, but you don't want it spinning. If you can see what I'm trying to get at there, that is. And when I go live tomorrow, I'll show that. Eric's in here. I didn't see him come. How you doing today, Eric? Thank you, Hugh. I'm doing fine as frog here, buddy. I'm getting her done. Almost done with all the hand sanding. Seems like an eternity. Man, I think somebody done hit a nunk out there. Well, Eric, that's where you need to be like me and have 2 coffee pots. One empties out, the other one's already brewed. You can't have enough coffee. Dang, man. You know, I ran out of my normal stuff. I went out and got Hercules this time for the 2000 grid. It seems to be doing pretty good. It don't hold up as well as the name brand stuff, but at least they got the grits right, unlike the Gator. I've noticed Gator, some of the products that I've used from Gator, it'll say like 400 grit, and you'll go to sand it, and it leaves scratches like 320 or 280, you know. Yeah, that's crazy. I would have just told my rep and had him bring some up, but it was Sunday when I realized I didn't have it. Now my PPG rep, if you guys pray, please say a prayer for him. He's not doing so good right now. He had to go in for emergency chemo. And it sounds like his cancer came back. Well, with the cancer, it's Dean. He's my rep from PPG. not my R&M wrap. My R&M rep is Jimmy. And yes, they've both been in the shop at the same time. Actually walked in the shop at the same time before, and I said, "What's up, Jimmy Dean?" Afternoon, Valiant. Yep, the body's done except for the rocker panels, and I'm kicking myself back and forth whether to take it off the hoist to do the rockers because it's so close. Not much room under there, so I'm kind of, should I or shouldn't I, you know? But I wanted to keep moving, so I drug the hood over here. Got to keep moving, right? I'll be glad when this is done. I'm going to drag my stool over here to do the front. See you later, Hugh. I caught a little bit about what you were saying about your LS earlier. I didn't catch a whole lot, but it sounds like you've got an idea of how to correct that wiring. Well, if I do it on the hoist, I'm thinking put air in the bags, raise the car up, set it down, roll the car back with the front tires. I got a pad. This is an N4 hoist, so it's got a huge pad right in the center that you got to run over. So I'm thinking about rolling it back to where the front tires are on that, block it, and then raise just the front up. I think that would probably be my best bet. That way it's out in the open, but yet I can get it up in the air too. At least enough that I can sit on a stool or a creeper or something like that without having to, like this, you know? That's no better. Alright. Now, front. Alright, I gotta go get my stool. Gotta get my stool. I should turn that around so I can see the TV and see comments. Gotta get a drink of my coffee. I just took a drink of mine. Here, let's put this TV on mine. If I can. I don't know if I can. It don't look like it. Huh. Oh, well. See if I can slide it a little closer anyways. That might help. There we go. Hey, Mr. G, you guys remember this hood was rotting out right here and up this side over here. On top of all that fab, he had an aftermarket hood. We all know how those fit. He ended up, the day he dropped the car off, he found a hood 2 hours away. During the car show, he left and drove 2 hours to go get this hood and come back. So we had an OEM hood. And it was in good shape other than a couple spots. This corner here, hey Wolf overkill. The center actually looked really good, but he wanted his scoops in there. And then we decided to put that center rib in, and he liked that idea. It actually saved some time doing it that way. It would have took me twice as long just to put the scoops in there to get them laid out just perfect and welded without making it look like a pretzel. I will probably, I'm hoping tomorrow I'm done sanding. I'll probably let it set for a day or two, opened up. It'll probably take me, I'm hoping 2 days on that Honda. We'll see. If I get it started, that's fine. I know I'd like to be buffing on this. See, today's Tuesday. I'm not working on it this weekend. I ain't doing it. I don't know. As soon as I can, I'm going to, but I'm not going to work on it this weekend. I have got to get my truck up and running again. The wiring buttoned up, and I'd like to have it painted before next weekend. I don't see it happening. That's a lot. That's a tall order for one person. Both these have to be at the show. If mine ain't painted, it ain't painted, but I've still got to have the wiring buttoned up and drivable. Right? Yeah, I know. Adam came in yesterday and did the sensor work and stuff like that on it. And I really appreciate that. I hate that wiring type stuff. But I gotta hook the gauges in to the sensors. I gotta do all the fluids. I've still got to do the intake tube, the breather tube. I've got the material finally. I got to get that stuff cut, take it out, take it together. That way I can button that part up. I can't do the radiator hose until I do that because I want to make sure I route them right. Start on some of that wiring tonight. Oh yeah, both of them will be there. Both of them will be there, no doubt. Are you coming down? You're only, what, 2.5 hours away? this time. Come on, buddy. I understand. I totally understand. Depending on how the show goes, it could either be bigger next year or I could be dropping back next year. If I drop back next year, it'll be held here at the shop again. If enough people show up, then I'll have to get a price to do the fairgrounds again next year. This year was a bit cheaper, and it was still too much in my eyes for a show that you're not charging admission for. Either one. Donations only. Donations only. Let's see, we got Rusted Metal Garage from, I think that's Arkansas. We got, I don't know, 3 or 4 channels coming up from North Carolina, Kentucky, Minnesota, Montana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, couple from Missouri area. Yeah, yep. Donations only. If you enjoy it, anything helps to promote it for next year. And if there's enough, believe me, if there's enough interest in it, it will get blown out of the water. Now the fairgrounds is wanting me to blow it up big enough to where I gotta rent the whole fairgrounds, but that's like, what did he say, 6 or 8 grand? It would take a lot for me to get that, believe me. And at that point, we would have the burnout contest, because it'd be the only thing going on at the fairgrounds that weekend. I'm working on getting a location right here in Shelby County to start doing burnout contests, but I gotta get it approved through a whole committee. I think the sandpaper's getting weak on me here. I bet it is 80 degrees out there because I just had sweat roll down my brow. All right, see you later, Valiant. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I'm going to finish this side up, and it's probably going to be about all for the day. I'd like to slide over there and work on mine for a little bit. What time is it? 2:42. I mean, let's see. From Tuesday of last week, I had 12 hours a day in this thing, up to yesterday. Yesterday I had 9 hours in it. No, 8 hours in it. I just might cut out early on it. You never know. You guys remember the Nomad, right? The 56 Nomad I did. He listed that thing on, I think, Marketplace. And a guy from New York messaged or called him because he don't read, so he put his phone number in there for him to call. Guy called him, talked with him for 10 minutes. And I guess a half hour later, he sent him full amount without even coming to look at it. Well, he had it listed for 60 grand, still needing the glass and interior done, and he sold it for 55. And then sent a truck for it. I seen you commented on my comment. I'm going to have to look at it after this. I would love to have one of them signs, man. I love the neon look. It was a company about 30 miles from here. Oh yeah, it would be. Especially if he had the different colors like that. Oh yeah. There was a company, I think about 30 miles from here, down in New Carlisle. He was doing the retro neons like that. The original way, where you blow the glass and the whole 9 yards. Man, he did some fantastic work. I don't know what happened, but that building's sitting empty now. Got a speck of dirt. Speck of dirt. How's your shoulder doing? I think I asked you in the one this morning. I think I might have missed it if you answered. I can't remember. just don't overdo it, bud. I guess Jonathan parked up garage. He's got to go see a surgeon. Bill just had his done. Let's see, who else? A buddy of mine down the road here had his done. Man, that's a long healing a healing time frame, you know? Now, I know you already went through it once. Oh, I hope so. I hope it shines brighter than a penny. I've got enough time in it. It's like my legs, when they put them all back together. You gotta remember, I was from here down. And, yeah. I think I was laid up for like 6 months. And then it took me a few months to learn how to walk again. And then, which I still limp. Sometimes it's worse than others, but I still limp. It's not good. It's never fun. Yeah, that was a rough time too. It was always active. Like I was telling JG the other day, you know, I think it was JG. No, it was Cars. See you later, Eric. I'm about done here. I'm gonna finish cleaning this and then I'm gonna close her out. But yeah, it was Cars. Me and him was talking the other night, and dude, that was rough. I'm telling you. I guess he hit another car or something on his bike. It'll mess you up real quick, and it happens real quick. Happens in an instant. When you gotta learn to walk again after something like that, it's not fun. Not fun at all. close to that over there. I'm gonna hit that one more time. That's much better. How many people we got in here? We got 82 people in here and only 35 likes. Come on, guys. Smash that like for me. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe for me. I'd sure appreciate it. All right, now tomorrow, I got a lot of cleaning to do. I got to clean that all up, wax and grease remove it after I finish the rockers. Wax and grease remove it because you don't want residue on there when you go to DA. All this slurry right here, there it is. See that? You fire that DA up on that, you're going to grind it right down into the paint, and you're going to chase it and fight it and gripe and moan. So what I do is I'll clean my bucket water, get some more soap and water, wash the car down, dry it, and then I'll grab wax and grease remover and go over the whole thing. I got to do the rocker on both sides, and right there, I got to run. Right below the dang taillight. I'm not buffing the rest of that, but, well, I don't know, I might. We'll see. I might buff that whole panel. See how the itty bitty buffer will work. Just might take me a little longer because I've never buffed with it. But it is looking good, and it's getting close. Getting real close, guys. All right. Again, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to watch this whole playlist from the day it come in all the way up till today, hey, I got all kinds of playlists with, I don't know, a few thousand videos of different vehicles. I'd appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, share. Everything helps. All right, I'm going to close this out for the day. Till the next one, have a blessed day.